Hello, everybody. It's Friday, and I'm here with Liz. We met last week, and we're back again just to chat and share what's going on in our videos and just welcome everybody. Good to see everyone. How are you doing, Liz?
Good, good.
Good. Yeah, so many different things we could talk about. We were trying to figure out what we could talk about today, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow, we could pick a lot of different things.
There's a
So,
plethora,
what's
especially
that?
these days. I said there's a plethora,
Oh
especially
my
these
goodness,
days.
yeah, we could talk forever.
It's true.
Right.
I mean, I was just literally saying, I was like, well, we should probably press record because I'm going to keep talking. Once you start me, it's just like on a roll.
That's okay. That's good. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of your videos. The one I like a lot, all of them, but the one I watched was about your voice.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
really liked that one. Yeah, I don't know if you want to
yeah.
share
So
any more about
that's been
that.
a huge journey, and there's so many different facets and directions I could go with that because the thing about me is that I connect absolutely everything. Like,
Uh-huh.
like I connect like, oh, this is probably part of this, and this is probably part of that, and that all it's a giant spider web in my brain.
Mhm.
And I can't not do that. I'm like, I think it comes from my grandmother was a psychologist, I think.
Okay.
She's a doctor of psychology, I think, and like a counselor type of thing. And then my mom is also a counselor as well.
Mhm.
And so I grew up with, that mentality. Anytime there was some kind of issue, it was like, okay, well, let's figure out what the root problem is. Why do you believe that? What's that? Like I grew
Right.
up always trying to heal myself. Which is so different from a lot of people. Most people don't even realize that's necessary until much later in life.
Right.
And it's probably the reason I am the way I am today. Because I'm always like, there's got to be something else to that. Like people just don't do it just to do it.
Right.
And it gave me a lot of empathy and, for other people because I'm like, oh, they're just acting like that because they have some childhood trauma and, like that kind of thing. Like I always have an excuse for people, which can be good and can be bad.
Right.
But yeah, so I recently I discovered that in a spiritual way, I've always kind of seen it, but in a physical way, I have anytime I would start talking and like speaking what was true to me, my
Mhm.
voice would shake and I would
Right.
get so nervous and like terrified. And it's funny now because I can tell even now that how I'm speaking right now is so different than how I would speak like a month ago. I'm
Right.
like, wow, I am loud. Like so loud. I'm projecting. Like
Right.
no one would ever accuse me of projecting before.
Right.
I would always be like the super quiet and they're like, speak up, speak up. Like in film school, that was my like theme. They're like, because I've been a singer my whole life too, and I could belt like crazy,
Right.
like sing super loud.
Right.
And then when I would talk, they'd be like, why are you not talking like you sing? It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, well, and then I would do it also. It's funny because I could sing other people's songs, but if I sang my own, the same problem would happen and I would get shaky and rattly and
Mhm.
afraid pretty much.
Right.
And so I was like, what the heck is this? This is driving me crazy.
Great.
Go play.
Great.
He goes, play, let's go.
Come on, Mom.
I'm moving around. But yeah, so I noticed that about me, and it's been just a reoccurring thing in my life for years, like ever
Right.
since I started to actually like be in front of people. And and so I was like, okay, I just need to figure this out because I feel like there's so much inside of me that I need to express and I need to share with the world. And if I can't adequately say it, like who is going to be able to do that for me? No one.
Right.
So I started really on this like journey of my voice and whatnot, just in the last few months. And I just like had this realization that, wait a second, what I actually have to say is important and it matters. And it's, the piece of the puzzle that needs to be there because no one else has this piece. It's mine.
Right. Right.
And I very much grew up in a, like, not that like it was really like pushed on me that hard, but I feel like it was more so a generational thing of like, you're seen, not heard. What you have to say doesn't really matter. It's not that special kind of deal. Like, it wasn't really like, that was what my mom grew up in for sure. Not so much, like she didn't really push that on me, but at the same time, like there was, of course, my own issues with that growing up and everything. And just the lack of encouragement in general for expressing myself in that way.
Right.
And I feel like so many people experience the same thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I grew up in a family where my mom and sisters were extroverts, and I'm more of a introvert, more thoughtful and thinking out stuff. And that was hard because when I would try to say something, my voice would be all crackly and just so I totally relate to what you're saying. It's like you have thoughts and you want to share them, but I was always told, speak up, you're not speaking loud enough, and then when I went to college and was going there for teaching and education and stuff, I found that I could talk with kids. I was more comfortable around them. And then it's kind of, as I've gotten older, it's gotten better, but it's hard, like when I have conversations and other people wouldn't give you a chance to even speak, or you're thinking things through, and then you're like, because that happens to me other places, like if I'm in a Bible study or something or whatever somewhere, and where people are asking opinions, and if I haven't had a chance to think about it first, then they've moved on to the next subject, and I'm like, but I wanted to say something about that previous thing. you know so that's really hard for me, because it's like I'm not as extrovert. I'm better at it, but it takes time, so it's hard. It's very hard.
And I found that like sharing my journey with it has been super inspirational and powerful to a lot of people, because we all like, I feel like that's part of the agenda, is to silence us, like obviously.
Yes.
I mean, why we have to be so careful on these platforms. We can't say what we really are trying to say.
Right. You have to walk around it.
And it's just kind of like, when I realized that, I was like, game on. Like, okay, that makes me really mad. Like, I am letting this happen. So I need to find out where this comes from and how to fix it and how to change it. And it's really, I kind of alluded to this in the last video that I did. And it was, I had a notification pop up. I alluded to this in the last video I did, talking about like generational traumas and whatnot.
Oh yeah, the healing. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Too.
So this is very much part of it. So when so what I do is I go to this place that feels safe to me in my imagination. I'll just put it in the simple of words as I can, because I don't really have terminology and whatnot for it. But I go to this safe place in my imagination that I call my garden. And it's like, got me and you both, we love sunflowers. I can tell. And I like, there's sunflowers, it's a big open field, like mountains. It's just this beautiful like valley type of place with all these flowers, because I absolutely love flowers. And they're like, I don't know what that is, but I have a weird connection to flowers and plants.
That's okay.
But yeah, so I go there and I always see Yeshua, Yahweh, there. And I'm like, okay, show me, I know this is an issue. So show me where in my generational line this first started. Show me. Yeah. And
Levi's ready to go.
I'm gonna be doing this soon, I'm sure. Yeah. He was really into saying ow these days.
Oh.
You smelling it? Anyway, so I'd go there and I'd ask him, I'd be like, okay, so take me down the timeline and show me where this first started. Because you can get rid of it in yourself. But if you don't go to the if you don't go to the very first record of it, you're in a place where you can be seen very easily. He loves it. Smell. The flowers smell good. Yeah. Can you go put your helmet on? Go get your hat. And so I go to the very first place that it was started, and I would always see this woman chained up by her neck. And I don't know what she did. I don't know who she was, but she was someone in my generational line. And whatever trauma she experienced from being chained up by the neck passed down generationally all the way down to, because I always see it as like a woman like in medieval times or even before. And somehow that record and that stress and the trauma like passed down all the way to me. So you see, I'm even talking about it and I'm starting to feel a little tight.
Right.
Getting cough. So what I would do is I would go, I would just basically go into what I call like a courtroom, because anything that happens is legally happening.
Okay.
So like the enemy essentially, yeah, that stuck to your head. The enemy essentially can't do anything unless he has legal access to do it. And which is why even in today's world, like you sign disclosures and you never read through it and don't know what you're signing, but that's how the corruption and the evil people have gotten away with all the things that they've gotten away with, because we're just like, yeah, I agree. I don't know what this is, but I agree.
We don't take the time to read it or even understand it because of all
Exactly. So basically I go into a courtroom and I'd be like, I take full responsibility for this trauma that's inside of me and in my generational line. And, under, I say this is because I learned it from someone else, but under the dispensation of Messiah, I ask you to judge me in every record in me associated with that trauma or that trading of whatever, the legal thing happened. It's really funny. It's really hard to explain stuff when you're just used to doing it. Right. Then you're like, oh wait, I have to put this in words. And so I would do that basically. And then I would sign divorce papers from it. And then, so this is all in my imagination.
Wow.
And then I would basically I would see like it like tied to me like with this black string type of thing. I would cut that, and then I would go my physical body would go or my spirit body would go to my physical body and pull out every record of what that thing was.
Wow.
So a lot of times like I would see like a chain, I would pull off the chain, or just like other parts of my body that was affected with the trauma or the whatever it was. And it's funny because you're doing all this by imagination, but then like something happens or you just start living your life out normally again and you're like, wait a second, this is different. Like I'm talking so much louder than I did before, and I don't shake when I talk. Like,
right.
What the heck?
Right. Well, that's powerful. Oh my goodness.
Usually even when I would explain it, like I just did, I would have trouble explaining it because I go back into that place, and it's all like an energy type of thing.
Okay.
Go back into that place and feel the energy of it. I'm kind of buzzing right now, but yeah, this is really loud. I'm going to come in here. I would do that. So I would do that with so many different things. And I know there's more to it. And I've kind of like dipped into like the whole chakra system.
Okay.
Where I don't know if you know much about the chakras, but
I'm learning a
they're
little bit about it.
basically-
Yeah.
yeah, they're basically just points in your body that store and move and hold energy. And so your throat has one too.
right.
I'm talking about it. It's like making me. I actually was talking to this girl that I'll be on live with tonight on TikTok. What are you doing? I'm sitting right here. Do you need more chocolate?
More of that good chocolate bar that you made.
Yeah, the chocolate bar I made with him in that video. He's eaten almost all of it so far. But
Oh.
but this girl is a really intuitive. She's very focused on health and whatnot. And she was just talking to me and she was like, she like started going like that. She was like, is there something with your throat chakra like going on? I was like, yes, girl. There is. She's like, that's what happens when I start talking to people. If they have a throat chakra, I start getting, kind of. So maybe I'm doing that because I'm talking to you. Who knows?
Right.
But yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so it's really interesting, and like I've just kind of started like playing with, like the whole thing of it is like just letting your imagination go and like
Okay.
playing with ideas. So like I've started to kind of just like picture like a moving like circular, like the energy in those points of
Mhm.
that I know, like there's one here, 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 in your chest, like your heart, your
Right.
solar plexus, your belly button, and then like your root.
Right.
And I just started like moving. I'm not going outside, it's freezing. It's literally like 20 degrees.
Oh my.
You can go out there. You can go out there. It's cold. Go for it though. You want your jacket. But yeah, it's I've just started playing with it, and I can tell physically a difference when I like work on opening my throat chakra.
Mhm.
It like just feels like so much more loose. That's a jacket. Put it on. Toddlers, man.
Oh, fun. It's so
They don't
fun.
have any problem with their throat chakra.
No, they don't.
They do not.
Not at all.
But yeah, so I've just been kind of like, I've just been experimenting, and that's kind of the thing is like, just being open to trusting yourself, and your voice matters and your imagination matters.
Mhm.
And here.
That's
Yeah.
interesting though. You talk about imagination, because it's like when you're a kid, you're really good with that, but then you become an adult, and then it's like you don't have an imagination. Well, you do,
Right,
but
you
you
just-
don't. It's pushed to the side, like, don't use that. Do what we want you to do here.
Hold on. Yeah, let me get your red coat, okay? Red coat.
Red coat.
I don't want you to fall.
Oh,
Oh, the joys of toddlers, man.
oh
Like-
yeah, so fun.
I'm going in my car right now to get this jacket. So funny, because he wants to play in his
Oh,
garage and
that's
it's
fun.
freezing in here. Yeah. Keeping it very real, guys.
That's right. Keeping it real. This is life.
It is life. I mean, that's the thing is like, I feel like also just, you're talking to real people. We're not anything. Like we're not,
Right.
we're not trying to be anything else, but I mean,
No,
I'm a mom of a toddler.
that's right. That's
What I
exactly
am. And so I have to
right. You have to.
know that when I'm on these shows.
That's right. It's
I
real
can't-
life. Yep.
Yeah, not be.
Like, for sure.
But yeah, so it's one of those things like I've also said this on my other videos, but I am oh gosh, trying to zip something.
That's okay.
Like concentrating.
Oh,
I've just like gone on this journey of like really starting to trust myself and my imagination and my voice. And, it's just one of those things that like a lot of people don't ever get to that place. And we've been, told that what we have to say isn't important. And, our imagination is evil.
Right.
And it's like, I said this in one of my videos, but if you like, everything that you can think about exists, because you can't make up anything
Wow.
that doesn't exist.
Okay.
Like, if you could, you'd be God.
Right.
So
Yeah.
basically saying you can imagine something that's outside of what already exists or what is already there,
Mm-hmm.
is basically saying that you can create outside of God. Like,
Wow.
and you can't. Like, you
Right.
absolutely can't. So even when, I do these things of like just playing with my imagination and healing myself through it, basically,
Mm-hmm.
all of that exists somewhere.
Right.
And that's why it works, because essentially your thoughts and your emotions create your reality. So all the trauma that's passed down is thoughts and emotions. So if you can go back to them and they're
Right.
stored in your body somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to access it,
Right.
It's kind of like a form of time travel, honestly.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, but
It is.
that's exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Babe, we're not gonna get in there, baby. Come on. He's trying to get in this bike that has like a barrier around it so he doesn't fall out.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to
Oh,
push it.
that's fun.
Yeah.
Do you guys have snow there or no? Oh, look at that.
We had a lot more snow than normal
Oh, wow.
here. Like, we've had way more snow this year than we've ever had,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm over it, honestly.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I am too. We're in Maryland and it's
Oh yeah.
we're getting a little bit, well, we were getting a little bit this morning, but yeah, it's like, oh, one snow and then I'm done.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, that's why I live in Tennessee, one and done. Like, I don't need any more snow. I need it to look pretty, and
Right.
then I'm good. I am ready for summer.
That's right. That's right. That's funny. Yeah, my family, we just went to Tennessee in September. I love the state of Tennessee. Beautiful, beautiful state.
What part did you go?
Well, actually we went, oh, good grief, now I'm forgetting where we went. We went to Nashville. We also went to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and then we drove all the way over to Memphis because we wanted to see Graceland. So we kind of just made a trail all the way across the state.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
I live just outside of Nashville.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we get cold here, but it's pretty rare if it snows, but this year we've had way more snow than I guess last year we had a lot of snow too, because we had a full week of it.
Oh my goodness.
What we called the snow apocalypse, because there was so much snow and it was all over the country except for Florida.
Go figure.
Yeah, go figure.
Interesting.
One of those things that you're just like,
puzzling about,
who's controlling this?
Right.
Who's doing this? Because I'm not about it. Are you trying to get us all to go to Florida?
I think
where
so.
It's much more free.
Right.
And Mr. T's there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Connect the dots, right?
Exactly. Well, that was like one of my first TikTok videos was talking about that. I was like, why is every state have snow in it? Like, parts of every state at least have snow all at the same time, except for Florida. Like,
good
come on,
Good
think
question.
about it.
That's right.
You know what? I don't know if I can say out here, but the weather system that
right. It's
not natural.
Right. Did you get any comments on that? What did people say?
That one blew up. That one had, see, the thing about TikTok is your videos can blow up really quickly. Like, I don't remember how many views that had. It was only an account that is now gone. But it definitely was up there in like the 100,000s or something. It was a lot.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
Well, that was what started people coming to my TikTok, was I would say stuff like that. And then, people would find me and like be like, oh my gosh, yeah, do you know about this? And then it just like the algorithm loved it for a second, and then it was like, wait, you're talking about things we don't want you to talk about. Never mind.
Shut her down. Right.
Yeah. Fourth time's a charm now.
Oh, fourth. That's right. Oh, you did say
Yeah.
it's your fourth.
Yep. I mean, I think I've said this before, but I've turned off the comments on it because that's what triggers it. So it's really
Right.
sad because I liked having the conversation with
Yeah.
people. But I can't and still stay up.
Right.
Like,
So
it's
just
either
put,
I'm gone off the app or I turn on comments.
right.
You know,
Right. Do what you have to do for now, right?
right, for now. We'll see. I mean, and at one point they were even tracking my face because my t-shirt, the one I made for my t-shirt line, that didn't have anything talking about anything like that. It was just for my business. They banned that one for a week too. At the same time, the last one was taken down. They were
Wow.
tracking my face. So
Wow.
you don't think that they are getting, what do you call it, biometrics? They definitely are.
Right.
So,
I always wondered about that with people's phones, like, because I've not done that on mine where, you take your
yeah, I
face or
haven't done it
whatever.
either.
I mean, you
I
do
haven't done
some,
it either, but they still know my
they
face.
still can. Yeah. So regardless, you're like, oh, great.
Yeah, I mean, I say that's why there's a camera on the front and the back of the phone now. Like they say it's for convenience purposes and like so you can take pictures on either side, but I'm pretty sure it's because
Right.
no way you put it can you hide.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good
Like,
point.
yeah.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I know. You think about some of this stuff and you're like, they say it's for this reason, but I
It's one
think
of those
there
things,
might,
it's like I know about it, but I'm not really gonna, it's not like I obviously still have a cell phone and use technology. So
right.
no big-
Right. Right.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's good.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's kind of yeah. When we move out of that world, it'll be great. But until then, are your feet cold?
Right. Until then, we kind of have to deal with it. So yeah, that's true.
I'm stay in the car.
Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah. Until then, which hopefully will be soon. I don't know how soon, but hopefully soon.
Oh, I know. I know. Yeah, it would be nice to see some more things, but there's things going on that we don't see, so that's good
Right,
too.
exactly. Yeah. I'm a
Right.
firm believer that everything's moving in a positive direction and
Right.
and the good guys are in control. And I mean, I just feel like things would be a lot worse if they weren't. So
That's true. That's a good point.
I
They
feel
could
like
be
we'd
so
still
much
be
worse.
in our houses, not able to go anywhere.
Right.
I'm trying not to say the trigger words.
Yeah, I know what you're, yeah.
So
Read between the lines.
yeah,
Right?
exactly. But yeah, it's just one of those feelings I have. I even I just, ever since the beginning of this year, I felt like it's going to be different and it's going to be so much better. And I do think things will take a long time to fully work themselves out because you can't turn a button on society.
Right.
There's so many people that have absolutely no idea any of the stuff that we know.
Right.
And I feel like it's all gone, baby. It's empty. And I feel like people would have heart attacks if they knew. I know
Oh,
how I feel on a lot of occasions where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of every single thing that I've ever believed being a lie.
yes.
I'm
Yes.
so tired of it. I just want to know what's actual truth.
Right. Oh my golly. Yeah. Because
Like-
sometimes the deeper you dig, you're just like, what?
Yeah, it makes me sad and mad. And I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. My gosh, this is craziness.
Yeah.
I never do anything to myself, but I have that,
Right. Right. And I've talked with
Think it-
Bryce about it, and I'm like, sometimes I feel like I'm like losing my mind. I'm like, am I crazy? Like I'm seeing all this stuff and reading all this stuff, and it's like, and a lot of people, I mean, there are people that do know, and I know they know more, but it's just like, holy cow, is this for real? Like I'll wake up in the morning, I'm like, no, come on, really? And have that conversation with yourself. Like,
Yeah. The fact that you're having that conversation means you're not.
right.
I mean, it's kind of like people that deal with narcissistic people. The fact that they're like, am I the narcissist? No, just because you asked that question, you are absolutely not.
Right.
Because
Good
a
point.
narcissist can't even ask themselves that question.
Right. That's
You know.
true. Very true. Yes. Yes. So yeah, Very good.
No, we're not crazy. And the more and more people that I feel like talk and share their piece of the puzzle,
Right.
the more we'll all realize that, wait a second, like we're all thinking the same thing
Right.
and we need to share it because, you know, feeling crazy it's really hard.
It is.
And hey, he's literally climbing through the car and he's like wanting help over the seats to get to the back.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I started my channel, was because I was like, well, I'm learning all this stuff and I'm like, I want to share it with somebody, you know, so that was one of the main reasons, and wanted to be hopeful. So that's, yeah. Oops, I think your volume's off.
I realized I
Oh.
muted myself. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I started mine too, because I was just like, I feel like, you know, like I thought that I was crazy all this time with all these things that I've, you know, learned and like, you know, played with the ideas of like my imagination and stuff with healing. And
Right.
I was like, some other people have to be doing this. Like, I can't be the only one.
Right. Right.
And, you know, I'm very much putting myself on the line. And like last night I was like thinking of how people can use this and, you know, show people that I'm crazy kind of thing, but I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's
Right.
real to me. So that's all that really matters.
Right.
You know, because they're just not people that do that kind of thing. They're just not there yet. You know, they're not on the journey that I'm on.
Right.
They weren't born into what I was born into. So it's just, you know, I feel like also for so long, I was just really afraid of sharing what I did and thought and believed, because I didn't know if I would be brave enough to stand up for myself.
Right.
And I feel like I kind of got to this place of maturity in some aspects where I was like, you know what, they don't have to believe what I believe. Like, that's totally fine. They're on their own journey.
Right.
Like, you know, they might get there, they might not. Like, and it doesn't really matter, but no one can take away my experiences.
That's a good point.
And just like no one can take away their experience. Levi, over here, baby.
Right. That's true.
So
very true.
That's kind of the place of power that I found, is like, no, I can share my truth and find the people that resonate with it. Oh, goodness, you're being very dramatic.
Right.
So he's very dramatic these days. He's really into saying ouch and hurt and help and oh whoa. like acting like he's falling on everything.
It's too funny.
Yeah. I mean, both me and my husband are pretty dramatic people, so
so it gets it honest.
Coming. Yeah, yep, very honest.
Oh.
Yeah, I just kind of, I mean, it's like I think I said to you in the last video we did, like, I feel like I've always been a seed planter, and kind of accepting that and accepting that people will not understand initially, but at least I put something there, you know, for them to think about.
Right. Right.
And, you know, they don't have to understand. They don't have to ever be on the same page as me. Like, they're not really supposed to be, because I am my own unique person, vessel, you know.
Right. And that's something we need to remember for all of us. You know, we're each unique. We each have our own experiences. And it's so important to share those experiences, I think, because then we can learn from each other, instead of saying, well, this is how it has to be and you can't do, you know, that just, just throw that out.
That's the old way of thinking. We're moving into a very different way of thinking. Right. And, you know, people got to get on board.
That's right. Come on.
Accepting each other.
Get on board the train, right? Or whatever.
The train. You should see what that is in gematria.
I can't do those numbers in my head. I have to use the computer.
Okay. It's like, have you gotten a chance to talk with Tom yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No.
I think you guys would definitely mesh well, because, you know, you're both about the numbers, but anytime like you're talking with him you say something or you point out something, he's like, oh, that's that, and that's that, which is this. And you're like,
Oh,
what?
wow. Yeah, he's really good at that. Yeah.
Super fast, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
probably be doing a show with him and his friend Rachel, who's
Oh,
the one that has all the George magazines.
oh yeah.
I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen her. She's actually on TikTok.
Is
And
she? Okay.
and I think she's just now on YouTube, like she just started.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she has like a lot of the George magazines, and she goes in and finds all of the places that they're basically telling you what's going to happen in them.
Oh my
um,
golly.
it's
Wow,
super
that's
cool.
fascinating.
It's very
Yeah.
fascinating.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, hopefully I'll get to do a show with them soon, and then maybe like you guys can, I can connect you to him, because I feel like
Yeah.
you guys would vibe really well.
Yeah, that would be fun. That'd be a
A
lot
lot
of
of
fun.
times I'm not like super, like I know the basics of the numbers, but I like haven't really dove into it because it's kind of, I just don't feel like it's my like
Yeah.
niche, you know.
Right. Right.
But I love talking to people like that because they just go like,
Oh yeah.
and everything connects to everything, and you know,
Right.
it's super cool.
Right. Yeah,
I love it.
it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm new to it, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, there's other areas I want to focus on too. So yeah, that would
Yeah.
be fun. That would be fun to do a show with him or round
Yeah,
table or whatever.
He's always doing different interviews, so
Right.
I can
Yeah.
connect you guys. He's in England though, so the time difference is kind of hard, but
Right. Right. Gotcha.
yeah,
For sure. Oh. Oh, great. Oh, good.
sorry,
Well, all right.
keep getting notifications, but
Oh,
I'm like squirrel.
squirrel. Where? Yeah. Oh, great.
Like, was there something else I was gonna say? I don't remember.
That's
I don't
okay.
remember what we said in the beginning.
Well, we were talking about your voice.
Oh yeah.
I think that's where we started.
Yeah, that's where we started, and we've gone on for like 40 minutes.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
also like, even with like how I'm parenting, I try to, even with him, because I feel like growing up I wasn't like heard, and so it kind of also you know, made me think that because I wasn't paid attention to and heard, that what I had to say didn't matter. That was a lot of what
right.
mine stemmed from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're in the car. So when I'm, you know, no matter what I'm doing with him, I always try to respond to him when he's talking. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you in the car, Bubba? Yeah.
Right.
Like he obviously wants attention. So I'm like,
Right.
all right. I mean, and he doesn't understand social norms and everything yet.
Right.
So I try to, you know, it's not the typical type of parenting style where it's like, mommy's talking, be quiet, you know.
Right.
I'm like, okay, what do you need? You know, because he's obviously like needs something, and he's used to having my full attention all the time. So
Right.
I tried to let him know that he is heard, because I feel like it's important. And then, you know,
That is.
feel heard and seen, you know,
Right.
when he grows up in life, and what he has to say is important, because I'm sure he's going to teach me a whole lot of things. So
Oh, yes, children do that.
he's already, so, and he's not even 2 yet. So
Right. From the day they're born, they teach you plenty.
yeah.
Yep. And I'm still learning.
So how many children do you have?
I have 3. I
Okay.
have 2 young adult daughters, and then my
Okay.
son is 16. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah, and I homeschool. So I have
Nice.
homeschooled all the way through, and it's been challenging for high school, but
Yeah, I'm
we're
sure.
making it through. But yeah, it's been good.
Yeah.
I've learned so much from homeschooling things. Well, now that I'm learning that what we've learned
Yep.
isn't the truth, but
Yeah.
it's like I relearned history, which we'll be relearning history here sometime
Right.
soon.
Right.
You know, relearned, a lot of things, and yeah, just trying to understand, how kids, trying to remember how, my kids learn, and then wanting to really tailor the education to that. And I couldn't because of the requirements, because you still have,
Right.
depending on what state you're in,
Yeah.
there's still requirements that you have to fulfill. And then you look at it and you're like, like geometry and Well, at least the
Yeah, yeah.
geometry that you're supposed to have in some of those classes.
Right.
My son's like, Mom, I'm never going to use this. Why do I have to learn it? And I'm like, well, the state requires it.
Well,
You know,
geometry is super interesting. It was the
it is.
only type of math that I liked because I could relate it to quantum physics.
Oh,
I
okay.
love quantum physics.
I've never delved into that. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, and it's all shapes and pretty much
Right.
what the entire universe is made up of. Yeah,
Right.
baby.
Right.
Yeah, you're in the car.
Yeah, I've looked a little bit into the sacred geometry, and that's
Yeah,
interesting.
so that's part of it. Yep. The
okay, part of it.
Fibonacci.
Okay, that's good to know.
The
Oh, wow.
Fibonacci circle or spiral.
Right.
The triangle is a
Mhm.
super important one, which is why the dark side uses it.
Oh,
It
right.
literally
Right.
makes up the entirety of our universe,
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
which is also cool. Like, you can start me on a whole tangent there.
Oh,
What is it, Bubba? Here, you want to play with the ball?
you're a wealth of information, like Bryce.
Well, it's just funny because I get bored studying one thing, so I know a little bit about everything. Push up in the sky.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
But yeah, so the triangle, I'll try not to do the hand side.
Oh, yeah, be careful.
Just in case.
Right.
It's really funny because I am so aware of all the symbolism. And
Right.
I'm like, oh crap, I can't do that. I can't do that. Because I don't want anyone to ever accuse me of anything like that. What,
Right.
Bubba? Come here.
Exactly. Yep.
But yeah, the triangle makes up literally every molecule and every bit of existence that we know.
Oh, wow.
And in like kingdom-minded principles, the triangle is a representation of the Trinity.
Right.
So you got the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So you literally, every bit of this entire universe is made up of the triangle, which is made up of them.
Wow.
It's like,
That's incredible.
absolutely love. See, I love like connecting the dots like that.
Yes. Oh, totally.
I think
Yeah.
my internet's kind of going out. Here, let's go inside. Are you cold? Cold. My feet are cold.
Oh, no. We don't want Mom to be cold, too.
Car. He wants to go somewhere.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, he's like not standing on concrete like I am.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, my goodness. So
Loves this
fun.
garage. It's really funny because eventually we'll change it into something else. But here,
Oh,
Bubba.
there you go.
Yeah, we're gonna like try to make it some kind of room, hopefully like a play area.
Oh, that'll be fun. Oh,
Yeah, it's huge. So
right.
But anyways,
Yeah.
I gotta go get groceries.
Yes, you do.
And
That's
he
right.
wants to be in the car, obviously. So
Yeah.
he's like, car, go.
Oh, he's ready to go grocery shopping.
You still gotta get clothes on. I mean, you're half dressed. Oh my goodness. Come here, Bubba.
Oh, my goodness.
I might lose connection in a second. Come here. I'm gonna open this door.
Oh.
You just want me in here? Okay.
He wants Mom in the car too.
Oh no, he's pointing at the driver's seat.
Oh, he wants you to drive. Oh gosh.
You're not even in your seat, silly.
Oh.
You wanna go drive? Go drive.
Oh. Well, I
Probably
probably should let you go. Yeah.
Well, it's great chat. We should
Yes,
keep
it was
this
wonderful
good.
chatting with you. Goodness, I always learn so much. So
Oh, good.
thank you. Yes. What fun. Well, you have a great
All right.
weekend, great day.
Yeah,
and
you do.
we'll
We'll do
say,
this again.
yeah, we'll say goodbye to everybody. Take care and have a great
Say
weekend,
bye.
everyone. We'll see you later. All right, bye.
Grandma.
Bye, Levi.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
He's like, please, bye-bye.
All right,
Okay, I'll stop
bye-bye.
recording.